All right, everybody, welcome to the Mandablorian podcast where me and my like-minded friends do two of our favorite things, talk nerd shit, and smoke the reefers.
Yeah.
So, joining us today, we have from Denver, the Last Dinosaur, Colorado, Christopher Sturm.
Hello.
What do you got there?
Apple soda. It's weird,
shit.
but it's very good.
That does sound
It's like some Mexican drink.
Hailing all the way from Spokane, Washington, owner and proprietor of Access Cannabis, boom, maker of the mini D-Top and other custom cabinetry, Wayne Fort.
Hello there.
Yeah. I was waiting for that.
And hailing all the way from the Dirty D, Detroit, Michigan, I am out of 8 Mile Jokes.
Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bob.
My palms is sweaty, so.
Cheddar Bob, Nico Tronus.
Ow.
Papa Dick.
Oh, God. Dude, Falcon was a dick in that movie.
He was a dick. That was the first time I remember seeing him in a movie that I can think of anyway. I'm sure he's been in other ones that I can think of.
No, that might have been like his first featured role.
Fuck Free World. Anyway.
I remember seeing him after that, but not really before.
Yeah.
Chris, what are you smoking tonight?
Same thing I was smoking last week, but different from the last 5 weeks. Some Binsk Diamonds. Now that's a diamond.
Wayne, what do you got today?
I've got some, I think it's called Lemon OG. It's sparkly crumble.
Dude, if it's got a lemon taste, I love it.
I was just going to say, too.
I'm just prefix it by that. Yeah,
huge fan of citrus. Anything that has a citrusy smell, I fucking love.
For sure, dude. For sure.
Definitely.
Nico,
what you smoking on?
What you got?
I got that cheese dog and the 99 problems. Still rocking them shits.
Right.
99 problems and a carb cap 8-1.
Yeah, you
I
got
remembered
one.
it this week. Yes.
That's a very stressful name for a weed strain.
Right?
And
It looks like it's so bomb, though, dude.
I have some flour that my roommate hooked me up with. Because I am actually out. I got to get more. I got to get working on my car, too. I still haven't replaced it. But I haven't needed to. Don't?
No, I said dough.
Oh, shit.
Man, I got to get brakes and rotors, dude.
Access Cannabis later. You know what the problem? One of my problems last week, too, is that I didn't have my Access hoodie on, so that just threw me all the fuck off.
Dude, speaking of last week.
I got an Access shirt on myself this week.
I watched our episode this morning from last week, and we were so off base with literally everything.
Yeah, that was me.
That we were predicting, dude. It was so funny. I was cracking up.
Yeah. Oh, with the predictions, yeah.
Yeah, we're like, oh, Agatha's controlling it, and she's doing all this stuff, and then she's like, "How the fuck do you do this, dude?" And this one, I was I was laughing, man. It was so funny.
We'll get into that in just a moment. Let's fire it up.
One more time. We're gonna celebrate, oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate, oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate, oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate, oh yeah. One more time.
Take two.
Wandavision. Yeah. I watched it. I watched it on Friday and I was really tired, so I didn't really get a lot of it. But I rewatched it again today, actually paying attention more. And yeah, I really dug it. I thought it was basically like it was like a flashback episode to like, all shows have those episodes where they like flashback to like, so,
previously on
yeah.
Ben 10 or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Special birth
That was the
control.
name of the episode, wasn't it?
Previously on, yeah, it was. Yep.
Yeah.
And they revealed a lot.
Dude, yeah, man. I actually was like, I was into it, man. I really liked seeing some of the stuff because you watch like the Avengers movies and stuff like that, and they're just fighting and looking cool and saying cool shit, but you don't see like when they're just chilling,
Oh, yeah.
So I liked seeing some of that.
There was one reveal
behind the scenes.
I have to say that I have one big complaint about this episode. It's that it happens to do with the reveal. This whole series, we've been led to believe that she broke into a sword facility and stole Vision's corpse and somehow reanimated it. And that's what we've been going on with this whole premise this whole time. And in this episode, we find out that that's not true. She never stole the corpse. The Vision that's inside the hex is her own creation, and that the government or Sword or whoever has had Vision's body the whole time, and that they lied about it.
Yeah, that dude purposely misled everyone.
They lied necessarily, but why? Right, exactly. And what, as an audience member, I'm like, it's kind of cheap to do that because we've all based a lot of assumptions on, on things being said a certain way, and when we were. Yeah, exactly. And then to find out that we were just bullshitting you, and then maybe it's a minor detail, but I think that it's kind of a crappy thing to do to your audience to let them believe one thing and then tell them that no, it was just a lie.
I'm glad you made that point, Wayne, because I agree 100%. It's complete shit. You cannot dangle a carrot in front of your horse and then have another carrot coming out from the right and be like, oh, fooled you. It's this carrot over here. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that, too, because that was like, whoa, dude. Like, what the fuck? Looking at you, Walking Dead, Glenn under the dumpster. Same fucking shit, dude. Pisses me off. And you start to lose people when you do shit like that, because they started to lose me when they did that. Right there, it was like the beginning of the end. So yeah, I'm fucking
understandable
for sure.
I'm not like outraged or whatever, but it's kind of a shitty story.
I'm not outraged either.
So yeah, it's some bunk shit.
It shouldn't be overlooked. In a show that's had what I've considered very excellent writing up to this point. It seemed to me like a shitty trick to pull, and I'll just leave it at that.
Like out of place.
It leaves me feeling like our expectations are way too high for the final episode.
Man, I'm hoping not, dude, on that.
I just, dude, you don't do a show that's 9 episodes long and have 4 episodes of over the pants cock teasing and then, make you believe that you're gonna fuck in that 9th one. And then maybe you do, but maybe you do and you bust in like 10 seconds and it's...
Dude, man, that's a fucking hell of a simile, dude.
I didn't really like think about it that much, honestly. I was just kind of like, when they revealed it, I just kind of figured like, oh, well, he just made this video up and showed it to Rambo, and then.
But see, I went back and looked. The video that he shows her like land in the office, but doesn't actually show her leave because she leaves without it. He cuts it off before she leaves. Says she stole his body. Because I went back and looked. I wanted to see if he made up footage or if he altered it in some way or whatever.
Well, and the other side of it too is with the White Vision, like I'm expecting that as soon as we see him in this next episode, if we hear him speak, we're gonna hear James Spader's voice. We're not gonna hear
Robert in California.
And I think like that's who Paul Bettany might have actually been referring to, is in the interviews that he's done, wanting to work with someone, because I don't know if they probably were never on set. Like Spader's part in Age of Ultron was literally in a sound booth. So
yeah, they didn't even use any motion capture, did they?
No, not for him. No, I mean, because
which means they don't have to do it for this Vision. They can still use his voice.
Oh, yeah, he can do that shit from his house.
Yeah,
I saw a funny joke going around where it was Paul Bettany talking about himself, because he's also a White Vision is just him too. It's like, oh, working with myself, that kind of like a joke. I saw a meme of that.
I don't know. Like, obviously, I really want it to happen, but I think my initial reaction might be weird if I see James Spader's voice coming out of Paul Bettany's face. That might be a little off-putting.
I mean, it might start off with Paul Bettany, and then he coughs or hacks, and then it starts, and then it becomes Ultron.
Dude, and he killed it in that role. Like, I love him, dude. His voice, everything. James Spader is fucking awesome.
And
so, like, if that happens, I'll be hyped, but I'll also be like, fuck, that sucks.
Well, the other thing about Spader is that he's been in the credits of, I think, every single episode of the show. So this is probably going to be the one where we actually see him.
I wonder why he's been in the credits.
Somebody fucked
I noticed him in the casting on one episode online, but I haven't noticed him in the credits at all. That's a good catch.
And it's somebody fucked up on that, and I don't know. It's very strange.
I would
say like if they had Rosario Dawson in the credits for Mando, like every week.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eye out for that.
I would wonder if it was because they use the Ultron character in like the opening sequence, but like they don't. That's not him. You know what I mean? Like, plus that doesn't make sense because it's not like they have like Chris Evans and.
Exactly. And I don't know. It's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
Obviously, something's gonna happen, and I mean, there's all kinds of rumors going around online, and I mean, there's just stupid shit that's being said. There's stuff like people are saying Junior's gonna show up.
Who you cut out there? Who Junior?
RDJ is gonna show up as Iron Man. And it's like, I don't believe that for a second.
I don't even want
so many people just say shit probably to try to like get clicks or whatever. Like, oh, dude, like, check this out. Like, I got this inside scoop, and it's just like some dude coming up with wild shit.
Right.
I don't want that to happen. I feel like if I see Tony Stark, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's no need for him to be there for the story. Plus, he's not there. He's fucking dead. So
I don't need him in every fucking MCU thing. Just Nico, you probably know more.
To me that with Ultron's body. Oh, go ahead.
I was sorry. I was gonna ask Nico if he knew more than, because obviously you know more than me about the Agatha Harkness character. Like, they gave her like a little origin story. Is that kind of like her real? Like, were they accurate at all to it?
I mean, sort of. Like, what we saw there was supposed to be the Salem witch trials, and that was basically Agatha was the only witch on trial, but she was on trial by other witches. Yeah,
that was nice. I like that little flip they did.
I was gonna comment. I said something out loud as it was going on, and they binded her. And you saw magic or whatever, and they're like, "Are you a witch?" And I was like, "Aren't fucking you? Like, you just magically fucking binded her." And then you realize they were all witches, putting her on trial for something, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
Her own mother,
cool scene.
Actually, seems like. Yeah. So she was accused of like using like dark magic that she wasn't like supposed to and stuff like that, and it was she said you broke the rules, and she was like, what did she say? Like, they didn't break them; they bent to my power, which I thought was pretty cool. So
that was
a nice little line. So they were shooting
baller
with the blue energy, and she kind of turns it all into her purple, and she's like sapping people's energy. I guess that's kind of how she's been staying alive.
Something like that.
She can like suck energy.
There's some rumors that have been floating around that we're going to see her like actual appearance in this next episode, and that was one of the things. That's why she's got the kids, the boys, is that she was going to eat their souls. Yeah. So I don't know if that gives her more magic or more ability, or if it's just a sustenance kind of thing. But
yeah, I guess
I'm kind of leaning towards the third. But
yeah, those kids are made out of like hex magic,
point.
so like it would be like extra energy.
Dude, maybe that's like a fucking like mega. It's like a
5-hour power
for real. Big kids meal instead of just a kids meal.
So they do this whole kind of like this is your life, Wanda thing, and you got to see some like backstory stuff about her in the house with the bomb, and I guess basically her dad it seemed like he was just like a bootleg salesman selling all these DVDs and shit, and kind of got a little history on how she got into this TV stuff. And the really interesting part is they seeded that she has basically had those powers her whole life. It wasn't just something that Hydra did. They just enhanced something that latent that was in her. And that's kind of like mutant shit right there.
That's
dude,
exactly mutant shit.
I was going to say, I remember Wayne saying a couple weeks ago, every time that after WandaVision, it asked if I want to watch Age of Ultron. And so on this Friday, I was like, fuck it, dude. Yeah, man. Watched it. And there was like, I guess all kinds of people that I'd totally forgotten that there was all kinds of volunteers who died and stuff. And we learned that in this episode, and that I forgot about when they were like the survivors or whatever, and when the Avengers are first attacking their facility at the beginning of the movie. I was like, damn, dude, this like puts a bunch of shit in the context. That's pretty tight.
It was a good.
So it was worth rewatching that movie. Plus, I'm like getting hyped for Ultron to show up because it's gotta happen, dude.
Does Disney Plus do this to you guys? Where at the end of every episode, you know how it always say like start something new? It always tries to start Age of Ultron. If I let it go, it just starts playing it, which is kind of weird. I guess
after WandaVision, yeah,
makes sense.
That's like maybe some algorithm that's already embedded in their shit because Ultron shows up in it that it's gonna.
No,
do you think or
no? It's on purpose. They're telling you to go watch WandaVision or to go watch Age of Ultron for clues.
So, Nico, you could probably help me out again with this white
decoder ring.
From what I understand, it was like a rebuilt Vision, but they didn't use Wonder Man's personality this time, so it didn't really have like emotion, like as much emotion and personality.
When they rebuilt him when he was White Vision, from like what I remember, the biggest problems with him were that he didn't have a lot of the starting source material that the original Vision did. So like it was almost basically like them attempting to do what they did in Wakanda in Infinity War, where they were removing the Mind Stone and unsure of what would be left once they did remove the Mind Stone.
Maybe that's what he would have became had they finished it, something like that.
Maybe. Yeah.
He had a gem. He had a stone in his head. I guess it was just aesthetic, or maybe some other power focused or something like that.
It wasn't an Infinity Stone.
Yeah. I'm still curious to find out.
Those babies are gone.
Is if that's what I was going to ask. I was curious to find out about Vision's Mind Stone. Is it is it going to end up being a new Mind Stone? Is it going to be real? Does she have that much power?
I guess we're going to find out when White Vision crosses over the barrier.
Yeah.
Whatever ends up happening to him. Maybe he crosses over the barrier and that automatically turns him into Ultron.
Ooh. Like he's got James Spader's voice, but then when he passes in and he gets his look back or whatever. Damn,
something
dude.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense if she was gonna,
I
because
remember
everything changes.
in,
Things. Yeah.
there's a few things, like there's a few clues in Age of Ultron even. Vision in Age of Ultron talks about not wanting to destroy Ultron because he's unique. And the very final confrontation happens between Vision and Ultron. And you're led to believe that when you see the flash of yellow light that, Ultron is destroyed by a, Power Stone mind beam. But it's probably likely that he didn't actually destroy Ultron, that he just deactivated the bot, but didn't destroy the intelligence.
Yeah, that totally
And
makes sense.
And then the White Vision, when Vision was programmed originally, he was an amalgamation of the Stone, Jarvis, and Ultron. So if you take parts of it away, that Ultron program is still there underneath it all.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, man. There's no way he can't come back at this point. Like, if they don't, could you imagine if they don't do that, dude? Like, just be like, oh, just kidding. It's fucking Luis from Ant-Man or whatever. Like, I'd be like, hell no, dude.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see.
So is the possibility that is there a possibility that Wanda tries to merge her vision with this White Vision?
Yep.
Dude,
because the White Vision could obviously live outside the hex.
Yep. And I mean, who knows if they're gonna live outside of the hex? Who knows if that's gonna change? Might not.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the multiverse of madness. It's a fucking neighborhood.
We got to
that'd be
see
crazy.
We got to see the whole start of the hex thing, which I thought was really cool. Also, really sad. Like, there's a lot of sad shit in this episode. Yeah, and her finding that letter, and then she goes to this town, and it turns out that I guess Vision had previously before Infinity War started buying like a plot, like a house, and that's where they're gonna live. So that was that was a tearjerker, really sad. And then she just kind of like breaks down, just builds the house basically, and it was really cool.
Here's the thing: we don't know that was actually from Vision. That could have easily been Agatha,
like a trap or something.
It could have been Mephisto. It could have been anyone who was trying to manipulate her.
Very true.
And I mean, who hasn't built a house with their powers before that? Accidentally taken over a whole town. I mean, fuck, happens.
Well, and what kind of living?
Agatha happened to have that hex thing in her basement.
We're
sorry, Nico.
We're talking over each other a bunch.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking ridiculous tonight.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when we're not in the same room. But go ahead, Nico.
I lost my train of thought, so don't worry about it.
All right. Fuck. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I think next week hopefully we get to see like an all-out like Vision versus Vision battle at the same time as a wizard sorcerer battles going on with the with Agatha and them.
Damn, that'd be sick, dude.
So yeah, it was really cool. We got to see that that little vision that she had when she got her powers enhanced with the Mind Stone. So you got to see that like silhouette of. I'm assuming that was like what she's gonna end up looking like.
Well, if you go back and rewatch the episode again, when Agatha brings Wanda into the basement, and starts to kind of talk to her, explain shit to her, there's Mephisto's laugh. I'm pretty sure it's Mephisto. I mean, it could have been Mark Hamill, but I think it's Mephisto.
That was in this current one that just came out?
Yeah.
I had to go back and rewatch that. I didn't catch any laugh. What part is it exactly?
It's a really deep, bassy laugh. When Wanda and Agatha are in the basement, when they first show them in the basement and they're talking. And
okay. Like in the beginning.
There's a laugh that's very deep. It's very
sinister.
But it's subtle. And like I don't know if maybe it's because my speakers on my TV are like taking a shit or what, but noticed it. It's there.
I have to go back and rewatch it. I'll turn it up and because I didn't watch it. It's like super loud volume, so might have even just not heard it because I didn't have it turned up enough.
So yeah, we found out that I think Agatha called him fake Pietro. Yeah, we found out that was her. So that was some sort of like golem that she created to. She said like she explained why it wasn't MCU Pietro because she would have had to use necromancy. She doesn't have the body, so I guess that's why. It's full of holes. What a bitch!
Just full of holes. That was just like, all right, now you're rubbing it in. Hey, come on now.
That's the thing that kind of me too, is because when Wanda was talking to Pietro in that one episode, and she flinched or whatever, and he was all shot up, but I don't remember what his face looked like. I don't even know if they showed his face.
I think so. I think he just had like a dead look on his face.
Yeah, I think it was just.
But it was definitely Evan Peters' face. Yeah.
So she's like basically set this whole thing up because she's trying to figure out where Scarlet Witch's power comes from and how she can do the things that she does. We find out that she's basically using witch powers, but doesn't really know what she's doing. She doesn't know basic stuff like the rune protection that she casts and the transmutate stuff that she was doing. That was pretty cool when she turned the cicada into a bird and then she threw it at the fucking rabbit and the rabbit started eating it. That was creepy.
Grubbed it. Oh man, yeah.
It was very creepy.
I hope that wasn't my theory that I noticed saying that. I was like, hey, did she turn the kids into like those bugs or something? I hope that wasn't the case now. Shit.
So yeah, she basically explains that she's using this thing called chaos magic, this hex stuff that she's doing, and that I guess in her witch mythology thing, there's supposedly some sort of like being that can use magic to like just basically create life and destroy life and manipulate, reality. And it's I guess this entity called the Scarlet Witch that she had heard about. And
yeah, she's like, I thought you were a myth.
So I was watching one of the videos, the recap things just to get some extra info, and apparently I didn't know this. I don't really know super much about the Scarlet Witch and Pietro other than X-Men books. That's mostly what I read, but I guess they had retconned like a decade ago Scarlet Witch's character to actually have something like that. So Scarlet Witch is her nickname, but it's also like a mantle that's some kind of thing that's been passed down.
Yeah, it's almost like Anakin Skywalker being the chosen one type of deal. It's one of those things. You can't become the Scarlet Witch or the chosen one. You either are or you aren't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess her biological mother in the comic books was also like one of the Scarlet Witches.
Yeah.
Isn't Iron Fist kind of like that too? It's like, well, Black Panther is definitely like that. It's like a mantle that gets passed.
Where the mantle gets passed. That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Iron Fist
line from the.
Go ahead.
When the Mind Stone breaks out of the staff and approaches Wanda, there's a silhouette that seems to come out of it that's the shape of I assume a Scarlet Witch. So
yeah.
I kind of took that to mean
really
that
cool.
was the mantle being passed down.
Yeah, maybe that was a past Scarlet Witch, or maybe that was her from the future. I did see that somebody said that if you go back and look at some of the ad posters, that she's actually wearing that costume, like in the TV, one of the TVs in the background.
Yeah, it's on the wall. There's like the TV is projecting a shadow of Wanda and Vision against the wall, and it's them in the comic book costume.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you guys think that they're waiting till this show ends to start dropping some toys from this shit?
Yeah, because there's a wave of Marvel Legends. I think they're coming soon because they're going to go up for pre-order and then they're going to be fucking out. But there's Disney Plus. There's 2 Disney Plus Marvel Legends MCU waves coming this year.
Winter Soldier probably, and then and then WandaVision. I really would like
Loki.
Yeah.
Dude, I spaced on Loki.
There's a Baron Zemo in the wave.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's all MCU. None of it's comic shit. So
that's great. That gives me chances to get characters that probably won't ever get like an import figure, like Zemo. Like I would love a Legend Zemo that way, because they're not going to come out with a. But here's what I do want to happen.
They might do Zemo after.
I could see it,
because he's probably got a part in Black Widow too.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And that's out in May. And I mean, look at that. They only put out what, 2 SHF?
Yeah, just her and Tasky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where things might go next. I mean, because we got all these Mando SHF figures. There's no reason to think they won't do a short-haired Bucky or, an updated Falcon with the shield or whatever.
I would get a Bucky. I would get an updated Bucky, because the one I have kind of sucks. It looks great. It looks good, but it's not a good figure.
The knees suck. The hips suck. Yeah. The head is fucking horrible. Like if you're trying to do a caveman from those old Geico, you're in Money in the Bank. But if you're looking for like a good fucking Bucky figure, it is not that figure.
The best thing that thing came with was the little Earth effects. That's the best thing. Even the guns are really fidgety and shit.
And you could buy that thing by itself, the ground effect.
Yeah,
where it comes out. I still think I have one.
I almost bought some Super Saiyan energy effects the other day, but I bought a book on photography instead. It was at Barnes and Nobles. I
have a yellow. I have some yellow of that.
I would really want. I hope that in this next finale that they show her with the new costume, and I really want a figure arts of that. That would be dope. And a Vision. I want a Vision. I have the Legends one, and that's cool, but I would love to trade it in for a better one with a soft cape. And
yeah, definitely.
His skin looks kind of weird on that too, isn't it? Kind of translucent.
It's a little translucent, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
but it looks nice. On a shelf anyway. But fuck. So yeah, what is gonna be the deal next week? Or do you guys think that Mephisto is gonna be a thing, or do you think it's kind of that ship is sailed?
Man, I'm starting to think it has.
No, because she's Agnes isn't the only one pulling the strings here.
Yeah.
How many times has Agnes said something regarding the devil, and saying like, somebody's saying, well, the devil's in the details, and she's
that's true.
That's not the only place he is, or whatever her line was. And there's more going on than they've given us. But that's the problem, is they're moving the fucking field goal. They're moving the goalposts on us, and it kind of fucking sucks the way they're doing that. But
yeah.
This next episode is supposed to be 50 minutes long. So
35 minutes, 15 minutes of credits.
Hopefully.
Something like that.
I heard, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard somebody say that there's rumors of there being, because there's a 2-week break in between, I think 2 weeks in between WandaVision and Winter Soldier, that there's going to be some sort of like secret middle episode.
I don't know about middle episode, but I think there's going to be a couple of weeks worth of like a gallery type of show. It won't be anywhere near as in depth as the Mandalorian show, but I think there's going to be some kind of
that's cool.
Like something. But it's 2 weeks, big fucking deal. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier too. I think, if I remember right, it's only 6 episodes, and each episode is supposed to be an hour. So I don't know.
If they could finally get the fucking episodes, like you were saying a couple weeks ago, to be consistent in length, that would be a big step up.
It's off-putting. It's off-putting not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine this is a regular TV show, and you sit down on a Friday night and you go to turn it on and you're like, great, I got my hour of entertainment lined up. I'm going to watch this for an hour. And you put it on and it's 22 minutes long with commercials. What the fuck?
Yeah,
that'd be some shit, dude. Yeah,
it's inconsistent, and it's yeah, like it's a little weird.
It's some 1990s Cartoon Network bullshit. That's what it is.
Is there going to be a season 2 of this, or is this a one-off?
It's a one-off.
I kind of hope they do that with everything. Just a one-off thing. You can use the same characters sometimes, like, but each one being a different thing. That'd be really fucking cool. I think. Like, I don't want to see season 2. So, like, yeah, I'm kind of down with the anthology style.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about that. That's the thing about the MCU is everything is supposed to be, its own separate thing. However, it's all part of one bigger sequential picture. So,
yeah, how genius is like this whole like a web of MCU shit is just it's such a great idea.
Pump the brakes. I don't know how great it is yet. I mean, we had great for a solid 10 years. Now
that's what I mean.
We're off to
now. See what they do now.
I just mean in general how they're doing everything. I feel like in the past 10 years they're connecting everything great and they're continuing to do this, and it makes me wonder why DC couldn't fucking get on board with that
because nobody
tried to do it too. Fuck. Oh, go ahead, Nico. Go ahead.
Because nobody there gives a fuck. There isn't one single solitary voice that everybody listens to at DC. There isn't. There is no Kevin Feige who fucking puts his foot down and says, this is what we're doing. This is the pattern in which we're doing it. Go fucking make it happen. That's what Feige does. The difference between that and what DC does is Kevin Feige is a leader, and he's leading these people in this storytelling because it's something he cares about. And it's clear that he cares about.
And he knows how to do it.
And like when you look at the DC stuff, there's none of that. None. You can make every argument for every single DC movie, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, whatever the fuck. None of those movies get the love or attention that a Marvel production does. And it's because there isn't one singular voice leading the storytelling.
It's like an office with a bunch of managers.
It's literally the film universe version of Too Many Cooks.
Oh my god!
By the way, I watched that after you guys referenced it before. I went and I watched that whole thing. It's fucking hilarious, man.
Well, the point of that is too many writers in the writing room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what Too Many Cooks means. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, so nothing's getting done. And when you look at the DC movies, that's exactly what it is. You have teams of 6 and 7 writers writing a single movie. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's like so many. Yeah. It's
stories.
Oh, dude, it's insane. It's insane. I was basically going to add to that they tried to do it in half the amount of time.
Yeah.
That Marvel built it out over, and it's just like, dude, no, what are you doing? Like,
that's the thing. They want the payoff. They don't want to put it to work.
Here's a Batman movie. I'll make money off this name Batman, the name Superman, and nobody gives a shit. Yeah.
That's why you got fucking sparkly vampire guy playing Batman. Who just got his Catwoman co-star in the movie pregnant on top of the Batmobile.
Is that really happened?
Wait, did that actually happen? I thought that was a fake article.
No. That's the real truth story. Like literally, the director was still on the set. They didn't know he was still there, and he came out while they were fucking and tore them both a new one. Told fucking Pattinson that like he doesn't ever want to work with him again. He wants nothing to do with him. He will never make another movie with him ever again.
Wow!
And
damn.
Yeah, that he's the most narcissistic, egocentric, self-centered asshole he's ever met in his entire life.
I believe it.
I don't know. Sounds like a douchebag. I mean, this is also the same guy that wanted to play Batman but didn't want to fucking work out for the role. You know, they had like 9 months off from COVID-19, and all he did was sit around eating pizza and jelly donuts and drinking.
Robert Patterson.
I heard that they had to halt production because of that and stuff.
Yeah, because they had to figure out how to work him having a fucking beer gut.
What a mess.
It kind of gets to the point where I watch DC movies ironically, the live action stuff. I'm like, I just got to see how bad this is.
I've never watched one of the DC movies more than once, except for Wonder Woman, and I've only watched that twice. I've never watched
because he was.
I'll get on YouTube, and I'll look up the scene in Batman vs Superman where he fights everyone in the warehouse. I've seen that a few times.
It's a good action scene.
But other than that, I think that action scene is like the best live action Batman I've seen. Like, just because it's just like, it's like, oh my god, dude, he's like, these guys are getting fucked up, dude.
I'm on record just saying that I thought Ben Affleck did a good Batman. Not even though that movie sucked balls, but I didn't think he was terrible.
I liked the way he looked.
Yeah.
I like the suit. It's all like just the gray.
He went to the gym before the camera came.
Yeah, that's actually the problem, is that like Affleck has all of the attributes, the ability, the charisma. He could be Batman. He could literally be Batman. He can be what everybody thought Michael Keaton was in 1989. He can be Batman, but he needs a good story for that to fucking happen.
Absolutely.
Man, they're short of that. That's one thing. It's been made apparent.
He needed a director to tell him to. There needs to be a director to tell him to stop it with the fucking accent. No fucking Boston accent at the Batsuit. Period.
Yeah.
Batman. Unless you're Bill Burr.
Walking the fish.
Oh
Jesus.
Going back to WandaVision. Yeah, I don't know. I saw like the little preview for next week, and they showed like a couple clips, and it was like her and Vision in a house. It looked like they were looking outside, like getting ready for this battle that's going to happen. He says something about like, this is our house. We have to protect her home. We have to protect her. I don't know, something like that. But they don't really give you much with these, which is good. I don't want to get ruined, but like I said, I'm imagining that it's going to be a big battle between the four Wanda and Vision, and then Agatha and Ultron or whoever. Man, I'm looking forward to it. I guess Photon will probably be in there somewhere, and there's a lot.
I wonder what happened with her and Snooper's gonna snoop.
There's a lot to of stuff that they might have to cram. Kind of makes me nervous a little bit. Like, do they have too much? Are they not going to be able to pull it off? Because it's a lot to wrap up in one episode.
Yeah, like that's one of the reasons why I am not happy with the show at all. Is that it's taken 8 weeks to get to this point. There's one left.
Every single second of it's gonna have to be a banger.
Yeah. And it's not gonna be. It's not. How things are going to be. It's going to
see, I'm trying not to get so hyped up, dude.
They're going to walk you into it, and then you're going to take a few steps, and then you're going to go around a corner, and you're going to go to the fucking bathroom, and just before you walk into that fucking door, Vision's going to come walking out, and it's going to be White Vision, and he's going to punch you in the nuts and say, "Piss your pants."
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
If that happened like that, I would laugh just because of that. Nico is great. I'm still looking forward to it though. Like,
my sources tell me.
I'm just I'm looking forward to it a lot, but I'm also looking forward to the future to see Falcon and Winter Soldier, because that just every day that goes by, I'm more hyped about that. I just went back the other day and just watched all the trailers just because I was really excited about it.
Yeah.
She looks sick, dude. I watched Winter Soldier over the weekend. This too. Just like getting ready for it.
I hope this last episode.
That's a great movie.
I hope episode 9 is good. That's all I've got. Like I hope the best of this whole thing, because right now, like, dude, the show, I would have hoped for a lot more and a lot better.
Yeah.
I can definitely count myself in the disappointed camp in WandaVision so far. So we'll see what happens with 9. If 9 fucking pulls it out, it's going to be kind of a miracle Hail Mary play.
Those happen sometimes.
Fellas, who's ready for round 2?
Yep.
Round dos.
Do it.
Alright, look. You going first, dog? One little late, hey, fuck big ass. Smoking hydro, feeling fine, slow sipping on wine, yeah, good wine. Hydro, yeah, should've been told you, living proof soldiers, winos, so come on like a split dog, and it better be that hydro. Now all these people wanna smoke some weed with Twisted and see if we really smoke all that's listed. From bubble gum to super skunk 1 to 5, even smoked a little bit of some shit they call the beehive. I've been to Europe and made Amsterdam cry, cause me and Matt Truck straight smoked them hoes dry. I'm like, fuck Cheech, he don't even hit the bong, and I did 30 days of drinking clean all with Tommy Strong. I shot a movie with the
So, seemed like it was a light week for you guys. Actually, you know what?
I got a few things.
Before we do that, let's get in this week's Gyronaught Customs update. Wayne,
Oh, shoot, okay.
what do you got going on?
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks about this Jazz is it has like some loose ass knees.
All right.
Yeah, you got to make sure. That you,
That's right. I remember you saying that before. There's a little tab right there.
What do you?
So this week's update is about the new case. It's this is a work in progress that I've got here. I hope that's coming through. There's going to be glass balls on the side and 2 doors in the front, kind of like single door and a detop, but they'll oppose each other. And there's 3 panels, a lower, a back, and an upper panel. It'll all have lights, and they're color changing.
Dope.
Yeah, that thing is so fucking sick, dude. I can't wait for those to be done.
Yeah, I'm excited about it enough that I've got Deadpool out finally.
Yeah. Which Deadpool is that?
This is the MCU Deadpool.
Oh man, I still need that. I'm like on my Hasbro fucking soapbox still.
Yeah.
But I've gotten a few things from them still. Some of the Transformers, obviously. But I do still have that ashy Deadpool coming.
Yeah. I'm just waiting until
just
somebody
because
does
I want to get a movie Deadpool, and I don't have one.
Yep. I'm just being patient because I'm sure eventually Mayfex or somebody will do one. Mezco.
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
It has to.
Yeah, it's too much money just sitting on the table. I think what they're probably going to do is, now that the Marvel Legend has, they put out the Negasonic thing, they have the gray one, the dirty gray one coming. We're bound to start seeing more Deadpools real soon.
I hope so. So I would also love one with the, his maybe fucked up face too when it comes with that.
Yeah, like Mayfex or somebody. I mean, even if SH did it, that'd be amazing.
I kind of feel like I'd rather have a Mayfex than an SH because I don't know. I'm digging these Mayfex figures that I got, and I like the Figuarts too. But there's a lot of hit and miss with them, and then I know that with Figuarts, there's less of a chance that it'll come with another head because they'll just give you a Deadpool head, and then they'll give you a Deadpool head looking left, and then that'll be.
No, I think for Deadpool, they'd probably for his masthead, they'd probably go the Spidey route with interchangeable eyes.
Yeah, that's true because he had one of the things like Spidey with his expression, a lot of expression in the eyes.
Yeah. And you know he's gonna come with a ton of hands too.
Yeah,
So.
they go.
But you miss me with that Mayfax bullshit. I would much rather have an SHF.
Fair enough.
I know.
Yeah. I hope they come out, dude. I mean, they haven't. You'd think they'd be announced that they were coming, but
there's too much money on the table for them not to.
Yeah,
like,
that is a good point. I mean, that's why not? That's printing money.
Yeah, and it's literally it's not a question of if, it's a when.
Yeah,
that's just a when.
Deadpool's. I'm holding out. Wayne, did you get anything else? Get anything this week, toy wise? Wow, he's frozen on his weird, creepy smile face.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, he popped out there.
Oh my god!
Ah, that's awesome.
I thought he was thinking. Maybe I'm like,
I know he could hear. Yeah, I wasn't hearing him. I'm sure he just went to reconnect.
Well, he was probably like, "Oh, thanks, Kyle." Hopefully, he comes back.
Yeah. Chris, we can go. We'll keep going. Chris, what'd you get this week?
Well, no.
You want to wait? Okay.
Yeah,
here it comes.
See? Jeez.
And on the 6th day.
You back?
Welcome back, man.
All right.
When the screen was frozen and you had this like it was just you like with this like Joker like it was just frozen there for a few seconds.
This is rad.
The smile got you.
I don't know how much you heard, but I was asking if you got anything toy wise this week.
My work with we'll see. Yeah, I picked up The Rock because
nice.
I need many cooks in the kitchen.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And I found Miles Morales.
Oh, dope.
I was gonna pass on this line because I couldn't find a Miles anywhere, and I'd see like a Peter, or I'd see like some of the other figures, but I was like, until I find Miles, I'm just gonna pass the line. So I found Miles, and I thought, okay, well, cool. I'll snag that, and if I see any others, then I'll get them too. But
I still haven't.
I wanted to
that's what I picked up for the
out of that with.
I still haven't picked up my Mayfax Miles. My buddy still has it. I just haven't been able to link up with him in the past month.
I'd be on that, man. I can't believe you still haven't gotten it. That thing looks sick.
It does look awesome.
Yeah, just be careful with it because it's got breakage problems. Yeah, people hits snapping underneath the cloth shorts.
Yeah, that sucks too because you really want him to be like because you got to. He's a Spider-Man, so he needs to be like dynamic poses that hopefully I don't break getting him into.
Yeah.
Right.
While I didn't get anything new this week, I did further alter my animation cell Optimus. He used to have a big old flat panel on his back, which ended up being like the roof of his vehicle mode. I was playing around with it, and it was like a Robin style cape on his back, and it just looked terrible. And every time I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is such a beauty of a figure, except for that fucking detail. And it's plugged into like on a mushroom peg into this little piece that only has enough clearance to move upwards. It doesn't have enough clearance to move down. So you had to get it at the very right angle in order to pull the mushroom peg out with force without breaking it, which I didn't. But it's just so much cleaner. It's almost like looking at the Transformers Devastation model for Optimus now.
It's awesome.
Yeah, because
that thing is fucking tight, dude.
It is, bro. It's sick.
Just remind me, did that thing come with a trailer?
This one did not.
Okay.
because this was the Siege mold. Earthrise came with the trailer, and then the Earthrise is the same one in the Kingdom Leader box. It's just a new box. It's just like what they did with Astro Train.
Does that have a connection that you can use the trailer for?
Yeah, sure does.
Nice.
It's like boom, look, and, yeah, it's literally right there on his leg.
Still hoping I can get a trailer for that KO one I have at some point. Speaking of trailers, a couple people put in the Black Iron Shout group got the X Transbots trailer for Metasaur and put them together, and it looks cool. Just I don't need it for that much money for a combined mode that only looks good if you put another $80 worth of add-on parts on it.
Right.
Damn, that's hardcore, dude.
Yeah, that's third-party Transformers, Chris. You don't.
Yeah,
I'm
you
good
don't
on
need that headache. Do you? So
Get out
they're
of here, Dewey. You don't want none of this shit.
What are y'all doing in here?
We're smoking weed.
Third-party Transformers. It's a nightmare.
Transforming lock. X Transbots is doing protected bots, which I still need. I kind of don't like Defensor. I always kind of thought it would be really funny if I had all this display of like third-party beautiful Transformers, and then for Defensor, I just had the shitty Combiner Wars one, not even with the add-on kit, just fucking. It's like fuck you, Defensor.
Jank, yeah.
But I guess to fill out my collection, I kind of have to. I don't have to, but I would probably get them. But I don't want to get the X Transbots ones because now I'm afraid they're going to do the same thing. I'm going to need to buy another $200 thing just to combine them. But
Of course they are.
MMC is doing a set of like all integrated ones where there's no like add-on, like everything is
Part of the transformation.
part of the transformation. So I might grab that. And they did the same thing with not Warbitron. I always want to call this shit by their third-party names. Bruticus. They did one with Bruticus that was like that, and it's cool. They just have to sacrifice a little bit because just to do that, so it takes away from the bots a little bit. But yeah, maybe I'll do that, or maybe I just won't give a fuck about Defensor.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's fucking Defensor.
He's basically the cops, but a transformer.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you want the cops on your shelf?
Just a completionist, I guess, and that wants to have my collection done with Transformers.
Only if you're gonna have them being killed by Decepticons. The true freedom fighters.
Christopher Sturm, what did you get this week?
Yeah.
You got the touch. Jazz, Boom Bass 2. Boom Bass 2.
Yeah, man. I almost got this thing all the way transformed without looking at the instructions, but I had one little thing wrong. I forgot to spin something on the inside, like a few steps back, so I had to go back and
The waist spins around.
Yeah. I had it all except for that, so it kind of fucked me up, but I was able to get it. And this thing looks fucking sick in car mode, though, dude. Like,
It is. Yeah. It's a great deluxe.
Dope ass little like Porsche with a wide body kit and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
The only other thing I got today, or not today, but this week, is boy here.
That's awesome. I'm glad you were able to get rid of that ego. I'm glad that Chris got it.
Me too.
I'm happy to have it, but his fucking hip joints, man, are loose as a goose.
Oof.
But I got him into a stand where he's not falling over. He's standing there, he's vibing, holding his knife.
Yeah.
But when I want to start taking some photos and stuff of him, I'm gonna have to tighten them shits up.
Yeah, there's that future floor polish is pretty simple. You just brush it in and let it set for like 24 or 48 hours. Sometimes
on the inside of the joint.
Yeah, because usually for the SHF figs, you can usually pop the leg off at the thigh. Like the ball joint usually like plugs into the upper thigh, and you can typically pop that right off without issue. Probably like depending. I mean, I guess if that's where the looseness is, you want to like take your brush and paint the inside of that hole where it plugs in, and then you want to plug the figure back onto it and don't fuck with it for 24 hours. Let it cure and do its thing, and then try moving it.
Well, then will it still? Because won't it freeze in place, or we?
No, it won't. Well, I mean, actually, once you plug it back on, you kind of want to work it around a little bit, just get it moving. And you can do that. Like you can pick it up every few hours and just kind of shift it a bit. Just test it out, see if it's getting any tighter or not. And, go from there. But generally, you're painting it on. Like you don't want it to be like soup in there. You're going to do like a single coat on a paintbrush. And
and then pop it on and see. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's because what you're using is liquid acrylic. Actually, you could even try it if your girl has clear nail polish, because clear nail polish is liquid acrylic.
She might actually.
Yeah. So you can literally pop that leg off if that's where where is the looseness in the hips coming from?
It's like this right here.
Oh, so it's actually the ball joint. So what I was suggesting to you would not work there. What you'd need to do is find like the seams in the ball joint and like brush it into that.
Oh, okay. Kind of make that a little bit bigger in a way.
Well, you're gonna just be coating that the hip joint, like the actual like hip ball, because it looks like when you're holding it, it looks like that's what it was doing. It was swinging. You know what? There's actually one other thing you can try. Have you like popped his upper half, like the top of his body off from the lower half of his body at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I'm not going to say do it right now or anything like that, but one thing you can try. This was a technique that people used on the Django SHF. Is that when everybody gets the Django, with the exception of the KO Django, if you pick it up by the upper torso, his legs are swinging like he's dancing.
Damn, they're not that loose.
Right, but the way that you actually fix that is, how most SHF figures come with like that plastic film. It's just like the thin plastic paper stuff.
Yeah.
You take that, you put that actually in the ball joint of the figure. You cut around, like you use a pair of scissors to cut around the shape and stuff so you can get it small enough. Then you plug the upper body back onto it, and you can hold that Django by the upper body and nothing moves. So sometimes
that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So
I'll try that first because that's the easiest.
That might be what you need, because it could just be that the hips are getting too much play from wherever they're plugged in at.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'll try that.
Word.
See if it works.
Yeah. I'll also like check YouTube, like search YouTube, see if there's any, video reviews for.
Man, I'm sure there is. Why haven't I done that? I should have thought of that already too. But
yeah, check that out.
I didn't apparently.
That could be a big help. Sorry, we've been going on about this one.
That's all right. Hey, man, people that are watching this are toy collectors, presumably too. So,
Punisher for ants.
Kill the Kai. One match, two match.
This is just the KO Punisher body. I've been fucking around with different heads on it.
I haven't used floor polish on any figures yet. That I always hear people talking about it, and I was actually over Mike's the other day, and he had to get some. He had never used it too, and he got some last week for something, and he's like, bro, this thing is just like, it's been a game changer for figures. Like it helps him so much.
Yeah.
And then I'll get to this later because with some of the stuff that I got that I want to talk about, but I just feel that I know a lot of like nerd toy collector guys have this like entitled feeling to them, and some of it's unfounded and ridiculous. But I feel like if I'm spending money on something, I am entitled to not then have to fucking fix it.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a
I
little
hear you on that,
on
dude.
something is a little different, a little, but like I don't want to have to paint anything. I don't want to have to put floor polish. I don't want to basically have to fix things because I don't know. I just don't have the effort. I don't want to force the effort to do that.
I agree, man. So in that aspect, I'm a little bit disappointed in the Heavy Mando, but man, he looks fantastic, dude. And that's if a small fix like that gets him going again, fucking way worth it.
Yeah, I hope that actually is it. So like if you look up reviews and see if anybody else has the same issue, see what kind of solution they come up with too. But
yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's real disappointing though. Like, especially for that amount of money.
Yeah.
That thing should have been as good as the Beskar Mando.
Yeah, and that's what I was like. Maybe I was getting hyped up for that, dude. And it's other than that though, dude, it is like really nice. So everything else is perfect, dude. Is the way the upper body moves, the neck, the arms, all that shit, dude, is fucking sick.
Right.
This week I picked up a couple cool things actually. I wasn't gonna get this, and then it was another one of those like just I want to buy something kind of deals, and I was gonna get the Netflix version, but I picked up I just figured I have all the other ones, so I just picked up
Boo.
and,
Boo.
so upon buying him, I actually really dig the cat mode. The cheetah mode is solid as fuck, and the transformation is fun. It just the legs bug me. The way they did them, it doesn't look great, and it seems like it could have been a very easy fix had they just made it that way. It doesn't seem that it would have hindered transformation, because a lot of times shit gets fucked up and you're like, well, they kind of had to do that because just for transformation purposes, but that's not the case in this, and it's really, but I'm glad I bought them. It rounds out my season.
I'm pretty sure there's a add-on kit being made to like fix the legs. I know there's a couple for his tail whip weapon thing, and then his gut gun. So
I like how they gave him a little tail. I thought that was kind of a fun thing that they did instead of they gave him basically his transmetal weapon instead of his regular one. It's articulate. It's quality wise. It falls in line with how good they're making these Transformers. It's just aesthetically, it's just a weird choice. I'm gonna transform real quick and show you. But yeah, whatever. I have all the Kingdom Wave ones except for, or the Beast Wars anyway, except for Megatron, which I have bought already. It's just not here.
Well, now you got to chase down Dinobot.
Right. That for the Wave 2 ones. Yeah, I've been looking, man. My buddy in Tennessee got one. He found him in Inferno, so I've been keeping an eye out. I really want him.
Where did he find him? Target?
I'm not sure if it was Target or Walmart, but it was at a retail store. I think he did say Target. Yeah. Here, I don't know if you can see, but like, that's the leg, and that's so whack. Like if this, I don't understand. There's no reason why they couldn't have opened this up and just pushed those in. It would have been fine. If this legs would have been cleaned up, it would have been a good deluxe figure. Even if like, because Beast Wars were kiddly as fuck, so I didn't really mind that. Even if they would have bent it back and it would have just sat, at least if it was gonna sit somewhere where I can hide it in a pose. Just not.
I mean, the original Cheetor does it better.
It just looks dumb. Looks weird.
I can see what you're saying on that. Yeah,
it's off-putting. other than that, like the upper part's fine. If you look at it from up here, it's just like it's a fine regular transformer. But yeah, that's just weird. But anyway, enough about fucking Cheetor. So actually, here's more Cheetor. I got the Transart Transmetal 2 Cheetor, which I actually so Friday I was really tired and in kind of a shitty mood. So when I opened these Transformers, I was like kind of bummed out and depressed about it. But it turned out with the problems I was having, there was just like something that wasn't tapped in with the waist. The backpack is still a thing, but it's not as bad as it was when I first opened it because I figured out the tab thing on the waist, which helps it. But other than that, I'm still mad about the flight stand. It doesn't sit on the flight stand very well, and like I wanted to display this thing in cheetah mode flying with these jetpacks, and it seems like I won't be able to do that, but it does. It looks cool. The paint's great. It's not like the Primal where it's not just like it's not just like an updated version of the. I mean, it is an updated version of the original, but it transforms like a little different. Whereas the Prime is just transforms exactly the same. So as much as they killed it with the Prime, this one could have been better. But I have the Ravage pre-ordered too, so I'll be getting that as well. But yeah, it's fun. Maybe I can do something. Maybe a little floor polish on that peg will do something about the stand because it's not deep enough. But if it was a little thicker,
maybe.
Well, if it's not deep enough, then floor polish isn't going to help.
Yeah, I guess a little putty or something in the peg maybe I'll have to do.
No, you'd have to like drill a deeper hole.
It's weird that they gave the male part. The Cheetor has the male part. Usually it would be the female part on Cheetor and a peg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why it doesn't. Depending on where's the male part located.
It's on his belly. Right above his dick.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying though, is like they put it there and you're not going to be able to balance it on the stand.
Right.
They put it there for robot mode. They didn't put it there for beast mode.
This is the I don't know if you can see it very well, but that in the middle of the chest, that silver part, that's the little peg.
All I'm seeing is your hand. I'm not even seeing the figure.
This way?
Yeah, I got it now. What am I looking for?
This right here, this little nipple that I'm just caressing.
That's
the peg. That's it. That's the whole thing. And this thing is very heavy. It's got die-cast legs. Yeah, it doesn't hold it very well. Kind of sucks.
That's shitty on their part. You should write them and ask them if this is normal that I can't display this on the flight stand in beast mode and see if maybe they send you a new flight stand. Maybe they send you Cheetor.
The problem with that is this Transart doesn't have an email thing. They only have a Weibo, which is that like Japanese thing.
Yeah.
So
Chinese.
you can't. That's why Chinese. Yeah, that's why it's been so hard for me to track down a replacement part for the Primal that I broke, which is my fault. That wasn't a quality thing. I did that. Well, the wind did it actually, but yeah, I actually bought a new one just in case because I was afraid it wasn't gonna be able to find it if I can't ever get a replacement part. So. Yeah, I can't email them, so I have to go through channels. And if they don't have an email, it means even the retailers probably have a hard time. I'm sure they have an email, but I'm sure they probably even have a hard time getting a hold of them. One cool thing that he can do though, he has more articulate than the original in hands, so you can do the whole like where he's like holding the cheetah head like this. It makes a really cool pose. So I had two more things that I got. This thing was a complete disappointment, and I haven't even really fucked with it that much. I got the X-Transbot lock, and I had this already paid for before I heard all the reports of it being complete garbage, and I haven't done anything with it except for pose it like this, and I'm not going to. It's been suggested that I try the transformation just for when they come up with the, because X-Transbots is supposedly gonna put out some stuff, but Mike recommended that I try it just so I could see what things I need to replace, and I can email X-Transbots for any things that have a tolerance issue or possibly broken parts.
Yeah, I saw them make a post this morning on Facebook and said we have lock. It was something like we have lock replacement parts or some shit.
Yep.
So they figured it out.
And yeah, that sucks that you have to do that and then find parts that need to be replaced. Like exactly what you were saying.
I don't want to have to I don't understand how this thing passed quality QC. Like, how did it pass inspection?
Yeah.
Mike is a very positive dude when it comes to Transformers. He said that this is the biggest piece of garbage that he's ever put money to, and that's saying something. That'd be like if Deluxe came out and was like completely trashing a fucking Transformer, because that dude's like the fucking hippie of Transformers. Like, he loves everything. So when somebody like him would say like, this is just complete trash, it's garbage, I can't fucking believe this. I saw a YouTube reviewer. His title of his video was "Do not buy this figure, X Transbot Bach." It's fucking whack, man.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. That's a lot of money for a fucking
statue that I just bought, basically.
Well, yeah. Now, absolutely.
That's how he's gonna look, MID Dolph, right there. It looks good aesthetically. It's fucking awesome, but yeah.
So is it with the transformation that people are breaking it and shit?
It's just everything. It's the transformation. There's some knee issues, ankle issues. Everything's just breaking. Mike's actually came broken. It came broken out of the box. One of his ankles was off.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Oh, I'd be so pissed.
But what saved the week this week, what had me so excited more than anything, was my first Hot Toys figure. By far, I want to say it's the best thing that I have. Right, it could be just because it's new. My two other favorite things were the Perfect Effect, not a Perfect Effect, that big Megatron Dragon I had, and also the Final Fantasy Cloud Bike. But yeah, I think this thing I like more. It's so good.
It'll wear off.
I just fucking. I was really surprised by how light it is. I don't know why I thought it doesn't mean that it's bad. I don't know why, but in my head I thought it was going to be thick and heavier. But it basically,
I would have imagined that too.
It feels like a doll, which is basically what it is. Yeah,
it is a doll. You paid $500 for a doll.
It wasn't $500.
Oh, you didn't get the deluxe?
No, I got the deluxe. It was like $350 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of awesome stuff. The backpack, I'll take this off. The jetpack I was told you about it's a magnet, so it's really cool. It just stays there.
That is awesome.
Comes with this awesome little Grogu that's super adorable and cute.
Is it articulated?
It is not. The head is. That's it.
Whack.
That is kind of whack, actually. But I guess they gave you the second one, which is the deluxe version. So I got the Prim, and it comes with another Grogu.
Yeah.
And this actually isn't even a full. It's like a see.
Yeah.
And it's also
got half goo.
And it's comes with a little soft goods blanket in there. But yeah, I mean paint wise and aesthetically, they kind of do an amazing job. Comes with this awesome stand. And you can hook it up to, and then it comes with like the flamethrower. It comes with the whistling birds and the rifle. No blast effect on the rifle, which is kind of weird. But
yeah, I don't think Hot Toys does like blast effects.
Yeah, I have the fire effects for the jetpack. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about the extent of what they do.
Comes with the remote detonator that he can hold. It comes with the bounty coder that he has. What do they call them? I forget what they call them. Calm thing they had. Just, this is a cool touch too. It comes with the I don't know if I pronounce that right. Camtono.
Camtono?
Yeah, which is cool.
Is that right? Did I get it right, Nico? Did you?
Yep.
Did I say that right? Okay, yeah. Some of that shit's hard to remember.
Yeah.
So this thing pops off and it lights up, which is
Dude.
nice little touch. And it came with batteries, which is awesome. It was a pain in the dick to put on because they were so small. My fingers.
Batteries included.
Yeah, that's rare with toys. But yeah, that's it. Cup comes with these little 2 target masters, which is kind of cool, I guess. One for Hot Rod. Yeah, Hot Toys Mandalorian. And
Sick.
I'm very glad I bought this. It's very dope. Pew, pew, pew.
Just be careful.
Yeah, no kidding, right? He's going in a deep off.
Yeah, the comic store has a Hot Toys Stan Lee. I want it so bad.
I thought you got that astronaut suit one.
Yeah, no, I just sent a picture of it.
I saw somebody selling one not too long ago.
It's really cool, man.
Stanley.
Yeah, well, he's in the
so nice.
Yeah, that thing is amazing, dude.
Beautiful.
I should.
Or maybe it's Thor. It might be from Thor, actually.
No, it's from Guardians. It's him in the space.
Guardians. Then, yeah.
I don't think they've made one of him from Thor yet. They might have one for pre-order.
I should get one
of
those.
Was, so I got confused.
Detolf, or not the Detolf. They make those Hot Toys specific like boxes with the lights and stuff for displays. Yeah, that's all I got, and I think that's all we have for today. Unless anybody else has anything to add, any shout outs, plugs, anything.
Shout out,
man.
Nuts.
Shout out to Nico's Nuts. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. By the way, we got a lot of we got like over double the amount of views last week. I don't know what that was about, but it was awesome.
I noticed that.
So that's cool. I hope that keeps rolling.
I put a comment on there too, just to.
I saw that baboon sauce.
Get
nice. Like, subscribe, share, click the little notification button, do all that dumb YouTube shit. This is the Mandablorians. We're out. This is the way I have spoken.
Yeah.